like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Hello. Hello and welcome. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. So, it is 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, March the 14th, 2021, and I'm the Angry Angel. Hello, and this is Ask an Angel, the show where you ask your questions at this email address right here. And it can be pretty much about anything. Majority of the questions that people ask me I usually do with like relationships and they just want my opinion, right? And that's the thing. It's a disclaimer is that I'm not a professional. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not your mother. I'm not your father. I'm not your priest. I'm just a dude on Twitch answering random questions. So with that being said, I hold no responsibility for what you do with the information. I've always had a knack of being able to give really good advice. Not always to myself, but to everybody else. Ever since I was a kid, random people would come up to me and ask me questions, and they would literally spill the beans about everything that's going on in their lives. It's very strange when I think about it back then. But yeah, and so yeah, if you decide to do something based on what I've said and somehow it didn't go right, it might be that I didn't have the full information. That's why your questions need to have as much detail in as possible. Sometimes, I mean, it's just a quick question, right? That's fine. But if I don't know the entire details of what's going on, so I can't always give the best information based on it, but I do my best. The best thing to do is, if you are in doubt of what I've said, just get a second opinion. I mean, with my chat, you're going to get second, third, fourth, and fifth opinion. You're going to get tons. Well, I've got lots of viewers anyway. Right now, that's not one of those times. But yeah, I've got about 12 questions to answer, and I'm hoping to get them all done before 3 p.m. Try and keep all my streams of the show under an hour, especially because in the future I'm going to have a few more shows as well. I've got a few I'm thinking about. One of them is playing the guitar. I'm going to teach myself to play the guitar. I did a little bit with the acoustic, but a lot of people have said that it's best to learn on an electric because the sound is a lot better and you can feel it a bit more. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll probably do acoustic as well again, but I'm going to pick up an electric guitar and practice on it. I'm going to do it live, and then I'm going to learn how to make some music and see it from there. I mean, I'm not planning on taking like a music career or anything like that. Just some stuff that I can put on my channel and enjoy some music. Because that's, if you guys know me, you definitely from my Twitch singing, you know that music is definitely a big part of my life. It always has been. So, but that's going to be that show. That's nothing to do with this show. The other thing as well is this week I will be starting a new job. Well, actually I do the orientation this week, and then the following week I'll be starting a new job. So a lot of my streaming the schedule is going to be shifted about a lot. It's pretty much just a day run, so they're back at us. So I'll be able to be playing my game every night. But I'll probably be moving to a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday night stream, and that the week streams will only be like about maybe a couple of hours, because I work the following day. And then the Tuesday and Thursday will be reserved for like making videos or whatever for TikTok, spending it with TikTok and YouTube, and spending some time with my wife. And then the weekend on Sunday is 2 p.m. this show for sure. And yeah, well, let's get to the questions. Question number one. Question number one is on the screen. There we go. Can you marry someone you just met in 6 months? I suppose. Yeah, I don't see why not. There's a big deal on that. But I mean, if you're in love and everything's going well, is it always advisable? It's a tricky thing, because the thing with marriage, and I've only been married like just short of about 8 years now, and there's ups and downs, and I suppose even with a short, not knowing the person for a short time, it's not the most advisable, but you're gonna have trouble either way. It's how you handle that trouble. If you're within 6 months, you've learned to fucking deal with fighting, because you're gonna fight. It's inevitable. I don't think I've ever met a couple, and I've met couples that have been like together for like 50, 60 years, and they've had fights. It's the nature of the beast. Just how you deal with it, how you overcome it. If you can do that, and you want to get married, and your partner wants to marry you, fuck, go for it. But if there's any doubt, there's no hurry. I mean, I don't know how old you are, so I can't really say for sure. But yeah, there's no law against it, if that's what you're asking. At least not where in Canada or the US, as far as I know anywhere. Yeah, it's basically if you want to and your partner wants you and you think it can make it work and you're going to commit to it. It's also the reasoning why behind would. See, I don't have enough information on your question. It just sounds like a very random question. There are the variables that might hold me back, but you haven't mentioned them, so I'm not going to get them. So yeah, haha. But that's my answer. Let's move on to question number 2. Question number 2 is, I just had a baby, so I was wondering if that makes me an undesirable person. Basically, do guys stay away from girls with kids? I can't really speak for every man in the world. There's many different issues with this question. One, myself, it would never be something I would stay away from. Like, I mean, right now I'm married. When I was younger, I've dated women with children, and sometimes the young children, and sometimes full-grown children that have about to leave the nest. I've tried it all, and the part about that is not really the person that you're dating, but one, what's the issue with the father of the child, right? The other parent. Are they going to be okay with it? Are the kids going to be okay with you dating another man other than the father? It is your decision, and it's your right to date whoever you want, but you need to make sure that the children are definitely on board with you being with other people. It shouldn't matter, but it can, and it can be a bit of a nightmare, actually. And then the problem was, well, you need to understand where your part, like if you're the one with a kid, you need to understand that you need to be also understanding of the person you're wanting to date, to be with, because they're going to be going through a lot. It doesn't seem like it is, right? Because think about it, you're now let's say you're just dating and you've been dating 6 months, and then you decide, you know what, I'm going to let them meet the kids, and then they meet the kids, and then it's great, it's wonderful. The problem is that let's say the relationship doesn't work. After a year, it's not working, but you're in love with him. The kids have fallen in love with him. He loves you and the family. You're losing one person. He's losing 3. Right? It's a harder thing for him because he's investing his heart times 3, times 4, times whatever. Right? It's not. It's how many kids. It's like you and the kid. That's what is lost. Yeah. It's a difficult thing. Then on top of it is, he knows that the kids are going to be number one to you. He will always be second or third or fourth, or depending on what you go. Now that shouldn't really matter, and it really doesn't. If he's an adult about it, he'll be understanding of it. But at the same time, those kids are also gonna. They don't like him for some reason. It's not gonna work. Not really. They somehow, because you'll always be suspicious of it. Mother Bear will always be like, what the fuck? Why are they always fighting? It happens. It's a dangerous thing. It's not something myself I would have ever swayed away from, because one, I'm too damn stubborn. And some guys, they will sort of stay away from. Some don't. Really, the ones that do want to stick around, as long as you're being just as patient with them as they are with you and the kids, it should be fine. Understand the hurdles that you're going to be addressing. Don't ignore them. Don't pretend like they're not there, and it should be fine. Yeah. All right. Question number 3. From Stacy. Stacy writes, me and my boyfriend broke up, but he suddenly changed his mind and wanting us to get back together. What should I do? I don't want him in my life anymore. I get why you're asking this question, because you feel like you're being cold by saying no thank you, no thank you. I mean, I don't know what caused the breakup. Was it mutual or whatever? A lot of so things like this, in my experience, is when the relationship breaks up, within like a certain amount of time, they will try to get back together. Usually, it's because one of the people suddenly meets somebody else, and there's that threat. I mean, it hurts to lose somebody anyway to begin with, right? Usually, it's always easier on the person that is ending the relationship than it is the person dumped, because usually it comes out of nowhere, right? If it can be a mutual thing and you both end, oh, you know what, I just don't feel like this is working. You both agree, yeah, you're right, and you break up evenly. It's usually the better way to do it, but that's extremely rare. It's usually one person ends the relationship, and it usually comes out like fucking right field, and so that person is taking it hard. But let's say you both go and it's mutual. And then you decide to go meet somebody else. You've met somebody else and you start dating and you're seen around. All those feelings kick in. And so not only I miss her, but also and it also depends on how long you've been together. But it kicks in of that habit. The feeling of habit, the pattern, I did this. I every single day you wake up, you call each other, you do. The more that you have patterns, the more that you miss the person because of those patterns, and because it's not there, and it might never ever be there again. When you break up, quite often you don't even fully accept yourself that you've broken up. There's a lot of people, they will continue to talk and message and try to be friendly. But as soon as that another person comes in, that's now threatened. That chance of getting back together. It's possibly he knows about it. Your ex-boyfriend knew about it, and then it's rubbed the wrong way. But the one part I will say that I noticed something, and I almost missed it. Because you say you don't want him in your life anymore. So clearly you've been hurt or something, or maybe you met somebody, but you did just say my boyfriend. You did not say my ex-boyfriend. Most people, when they end a relationship and they really want the relationship ended, it is ex. They make a definitive mental thing of, this is my ex. It is over. It's my ex, right? You didn't do that. You just said me and my boyfriend. You might want to take a good hard think about yourself, because that could be a mental thing. Because if let's say you break up and you don't want him back and blah, blah, blah. what if he goes and meets somebody and you no longer have a chance? So you really want to ask yourself, is this really what you want to do? Do you really want him out of your life? Because if you want him out of your life and then you do, because there's no law that's going to keep men. You're not married. There's nothing. Even if you're married, you get divorced. Nothing's going to keep you together. There's no legal thing. So you can just fucking delete him, block him, blah, blah, blah. But when you feel that sudden, oh, you know what, I miss him and I kind of want him back myself. Well, if he's going to meet somebody else. So really decide, like, have a good hard think tonight when you watch this, if it's live or whatever, whether you watch it on YouTube or whatever. Have a good hard think and then decide yourself, do you really want to end this? Do you really want to not want him in your life before it's too late? Because that right there to me is a flag that there might be something more there, and you're in denial of it. You don't really want it over because you're still saying me and my boyfriend, my as in possession. This is mine. You've claimed it. This is my boyfriend. Me and my boyfriend broke up. It's not your possession anymore. Make the decision quick before it's too late. Anyway, question number 4. Okay, from Sam. I was with my boyfriend for years, and when we broke up, he dated someone new. Okay. And once again, my boyfriend I was with my boyfriend. I was with my ex-boyfriend for years, and he broke up. I said, he is a possible father of her twins. She is a fucking loser. Wow. Okay, doesn't sound like you're actually over him. And there are at least 5 possibilities. He's the least of which, and she. Huh? Oh, of who could be the father? Jesus Christ. He's the least of which she doesn't believe in paternity testing. Well, she's not going to convince all 5 of those men to start. So that might be what she's thinking. I'm not going to put it past, but you know what? Fuck, it's a tricky one. When there's 5 possibilities, all 5 should be saying, you know what, paternity test. Absolutely not. Don't. It sounds like it sucks. It sounds cruel to not acknowledge the child as your own. If it is the child his own, I mean, he could go to court and push for it. Because yes, he should have the right to know if that baby is his own. But she might say no. And at that point, eventually the child will get older. And let's say she doesn't want to find out for sure. The child will look into it themselves. They'll feel that need to know who the father was. And that child will be mad at the mother for not even fucking trying. And the baby themselves will go and they'll be able to get paternity test themselves. They don't need the mother when they get a certain age. And then that hatred will grow and that mother will backfire. That's why it's like I always suggest, if you're in doubt, fucking find out. I didn't sign up for this. He's pushing the issue of getting back together. So he's broke up. Okay, hang on. He's dating somebody new. Jesus. Oh, this is some fucking Jerry Springer shit here. We kind of reconciled in January, and he broke it off again, and slept with her again, and came running back. Jesus, fuck, run, crying because he owes me his life. Fucking run. I know what I feel towards him is one thing, but this girl. No, it doesn't matter. Run. Like, I've robbed her. This is my advice. He's going back and forth. And your feelings don't matter. Her feelings don't matter. And there's children involved. And that's not bothered him. I mean, you might be a father. So might these other men. And then he goes back with that shit. I'm not going to get paternity. I mean, it's nice that he's willing to take on a baby that might not be his. That's kind of cool, but there's a lot of drama there. It's a lot of drama. And he's saying he owes you your life. No, that line right there is just the way to get back in your pants. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like he's just trying to get in your pants and just, yeah. And I feel, but this girl, I want to snap her neck. Don't do that. That's not a good advice. And those kids, don't snap the kids. Oh, okay. I want no part. Oh, I thought you were going to say you want to snap the kid's neck. We would have just ended this conversation right now. Kids, plural, because of the twins. Yeah, that's right. I want to snap. No part of, and I tell him so. I'm as candid and honest as I possibly can be, but not sure he gets it. You know a great way to get it? Stop answering his fucking calls. He says the dates don't match up, but is trying to do the right thing, I guess. Well, that's good for him. You don't need to deal with that shit. That's my advice. I really want no part of any of this, but obviously love the guy. Any advice? Run. You'll find somebody else to love. My advice is this shit itself. I know it's hard, especially when you're in love with the person, but that's a lot of fucking drama that's unneeded. And they're fucking doing it to themselves. And he's trying to drag you into that drama. If you want no part of it, don't have any part of it. It's that simple. It's pretty fucking owes you his life. Well, if he owes his life, why the fuck does he keep doing this shit? Clearly, he doesn't like to pay back what he owes. Yeah, that's question 4. But yeah, no, fuck, run. Question number 5. I really want that. I gotta get like a big fucking number that just pops on the screen. Boom! Question number 5. Okay, from Emma. Hey, I really need advice because I don't know what to do anymore. My boyfriend and I are together for nearly a year now. Congratulations. I really love him, but I feel like I'm the only one trying. Most people do. I can almost guarantee he's probably thinking the exact same. A lot of people have that thought. But anyway, let's continue. I always drive 2 hours after my shift to him. Can't control where a person lives, right? Like when you meet somebody and fall in love, where they live. So, but yeah. So if you have to live, that's drive 2 hours after your shift. Go home. Fucking do it on the weekend. I pay for food and he doesn't have to come to me because what? It wouldn't be possible anywhere. Why wouldn't it be possible anywhere? When I'm working 6 days in a row, he barely texts. What? He's playing video games for like more than 8 hours a day. Well, I do that. Fuck, I'm a streamer. But can't answer for me for 30 seconds. And also, we don't even call for an hour or something. Or play something together. You don't play something together? That's weird. We fought so often about it because all I want from him is loyalty and attention. Most people, that's pretty much what everybody wants in a relationship. But I always need to ask for attention. That can be a bit of a guy thing. A lot of guys are starting to change. But a lot of guys, they're not always in touch with their feelings or what to do in a relationship. Some mothers out there, some parents out there will teach the kids, oh, you should do this, pay attention, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, there's no book that tells men how to behave. The book is their parents. So if he never saw his father pay attention to the mother or whatever, give the attention, that's the mimic he's going to do. He's going to base it on what he sees. So mothers and fathers, pay attention to your children and show them the love that you want them to show another. Right? You're teaching them right now as you speak. as you're doing things, so if you're yelling at your kids, it's a good chance they think that's the norm, and they will. If you're yelling at your parent, your partner, chances are they will do the same, or they'll even let their partner yell at them because they think that that's the norm. Not a mental thought, but more of a conscious thought. I'm sure I'm insecure. My attention, and he feels forced to give me some. Yeah, I may not easy because I'm insecure, but he never gives me at least a little reassurance, even though he would help me so much. I don't want to give up on this relationship. Please help. You need to tell all this. All this right here. This is actually good information. You need to sit down and talk. You say, you know what? I don't want to lose this relationship. I don't want to end this relationship. Blah, blah, blah. I love you lots and lots. And you tell him, I need more attention. I need more than what you're giving. It may work. It may not. It might backfire. But at least at that point, you're not going through the shit that you're going through. I'm not saying to necessarily end it, but by voicing this stuff, he might not know fully that there's an issue. He might not know. And don't just say, oh, I need attention. What does that mean? What does that word mean to you? Explain. Oh, I need attention. What do you mean? Do you want to dates? Talking? Snuggling? Like, what do you mean by attention? Do you want me just staring at you the entire fucking time? It's creepy. It's creepy. You need to define what you mean, and you need to tell him, this is what I mean by this. If you don't know when you go into the conversation what exactly you're wanting, don't go into the conversation. Make sure you know before what it is that you mean by loyalty and attention. Yeah. Because there'll be times you're going to want to do stuff and he'll want to talk to you and you'll be busy, right? Being busy is not a one-sided thing, right? And it can't be he's busy and you want to do something so he has to drop it. But same as you'll be busy and he'll want to do something. Like, let's say you're 6 days at work and he doesn't get to see you. Right? Should he complain? No, because you're at work. So you need to look at the things that are important, or things that he's doing, and blah, 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 both he's doing, and understand those are the times you can't ask for attention. But the times when you're not, that day off, you need a bit, say, hey, you know what? Don't necessarily wait for him. Hey, I want to go see a movie. Want to go see a movie? Hey, want to go have dinner? Want to have dinner? Come over my, I'll come over yours. Fucking, you're doing things together, so you're kind of on the right path, but you need to, what's that C word? What's that C? Communicate. Yeah. How's that for one? Communicate. Don't come on the channel. I mean, I love the fact that you've come on you've sent me an email, you've asked me the question, but why are you telling me? Tell him I need attention. And yes, it might feel a bit forced, but it's not feeling forced. It's called communication. You are letting the person know what you are wanting. You go to a restaurant. Do you wait for do you expect the waiter to just fucking bring the food that you want? Or do you need to say, hey, waiter, bring me a menu. Got a menu? I want the blah, blah, blah. And he'll bring you a blah, blah, blah. But he can't fucking know. But it's the same thing as your partner. They don't know what you necessarily want unless you fucking say, I want this. Can we do this more? Just communicate. And over time, you will know each other well enough that you just kind of know and get in the habit. And yeah, communicate. All right, question number 6. Here we go. From Eddie. Eddie asks, I have a question. If a woman ends up pregnant while in a relationship and she knows the child isn't with the guy that she is with, why do some, if not most women, do you know most women wait until the child is basically grown and out of the house to tell the guy he's been helping raising them, that the child isn't his. That's shitty. There's a few things. One, stop fucking taking all women and shoving them in that fucking thing, because not most women are like that. There's a lot of women that actually wouldn't pull that shit. That's a shitty thing. Frankly, yeah, you should know. But at the same time, if the child is fully grown and about to move out, and sometimes it could be a lash out. It might not even be that you might have had an argument. Haha, the baby's not yours, motherfucker. Asshole. He's not your kid. I don't know what exactly the woman that you've been dating have been done to you that you think most women do this. As it gives me the thought that this has happened more than once to you. That are fucked up. I don't think that's wow. But keep in mind, if you've helped raise the child, that child is yours. They've known you since a baby, as dad. Whether it's your blood or not, that's your child. You've raised the child. That child probably acknowledge you as the father. The child itself might be pissed off at the mother too. It's not just you're that pissed off. You've been the father, and then not only did the child now find out, but you've just found out. I would reassure the child that you're not going anywhere. That even though you might not be blood, you're still a father. You've been the father. That's what a good person would do. You rise above and be the better person. Whether the child is not yours or not, I mean, it sucks. Everybody wants the child to be of their own blood, but yeah, make sure the child knows that you love them. Your love shouldn't have gone away just simply because it's not your child. You've helped raise the child. As I said, it's all grown up, and yeah. Oh. Don't let those bitter words make you think that that child is anything but yours. Might be another man's, but you're the father. Anyway, I mean, it could be... fuck. It's a little fucked up that she had... I mean, was she pregnant before she met you? Because clearly you thought it was yours, which means it was around about the same time. Oh, this is weird. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Because it's probably been that she cheated on you. Because if she had the baby before meeting you and you've been together, you'd know after she's given birth in 6-7 months in the relationship. You didn't question it? Oh, if it's later, if she has the baby later, you've been together 10 months, it's possible that it could be yours. But if it's not, yes, then she cheated on you. She was with you. If you had it after you got together, then yeah, she cheated on you. Yeah. I don't think much of your wife, but your kid deserves better. You and your kid deserve better. Don't give up on the kid. Myself, I don't know what I would do. I'd be pissed. But I wouldn't necessarily walk away from my wife. Because, I mean, she did tell you, right? She did tell you. Late. Extremely late. Just make the demand if you think you can forgive her. Except the child is still yours. I mean, clearly, if the child is all grown up, the actual father is not really cared at all. Hell, might not even know. Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to question number 7. That question is just pissing me off. Alright, from Kelly. I asked this question because it seems to be an issue in my life. if you really hit it off with someone on the first date, but found out he or she is saving sex until he or she has an actual commitment with someone, which could be a long time, a long while, would you ask them on a second date? Probably. Yeah. I'd be probably for myself, because I'm a very sexual person. I'd probably be saying that it needs to be less than a while. It wouldn't be the be all and end all. A relationship's not all about sex, but sex is usually a fun part. And if it's something that's important to you, then you say, you know what, this is something that is important to me. It's not the be all and end all of a relationship. I want all of it. But sex is one of those things. And I can wait. Give us... Oh, lens. Come on. Focus. Hang on a sec. Why is my lens having an issue? Why is that doing that? There we go. That's better. What was I saying? Yeah, it's not the be all and end all, but it's something that's important to you. So don't need to give up on sex. It's like, you know what? Go on a date. Like, I know, sorry, you're the chick. I would go on a date, but myself, yeah, if it's something that's important to me, which it is, I'd probably myself say I'll give maybe a set time. We'd talk about it. So, you know what? We'll play it cool, and if the relationship is a commitment after about. Usually you can tell if you want a serious relationship with the person after a few dates. Like I knew I wanted my wife the day I met her. And yeah. Yeah. Man, if I could go back in time. I mean, kidding. Anyway, let's go on to question number 8. Question number 8. From Lisa. What is the biggest deal breaker in a relationship? For myself? I don't know if there's really a deal breaker. Being a shitty person. Being a shitty person and just being mean all the time would probably... Yeah. That would probably be the key one. Being a decent person, being a good person, all problems can usually be solved with a decent person. If the person has no care, no willingness to admit their own faults. Not to say that everything that goes wrong is their fault, but if they're unwilling to, then yeah. I think that would be the biggest deal breaker. Shitty people. Okay, so that was question number 8. Alright, question number 9. Question number 9 from Noel. Is it okay to tell your partner you have herpes? Is it okay? Hang on. Is it okay not to tell your partner? No. That's shitty. I mean, you're having sex with the person. If you're not having sex with the person, if there's going to be no physical contact with your partner, I'd still tell them. Most people in the world, thanks to fucking Genghis Khan, technically have herpes. It's in their fucking blood. It's in the system. Feel free to look it up. So it's one of those ones today that's not like it's gonna kill you, but it's something that you should say something. I mean, chances are, I think, what the hell was the number? Last I read, it's like 90% of a world's population. Let's see if I can look. World's population has current prevalence of genital herpes caused by HSV2 in the US. No, I want world population. It's estimated 491.5 million people living with, and as of 2016. So I don't know what it is today, but 491 million people have it. Thanks, Genghis Khan. Appreciate it, dickhead. Should you tell them? Yeah, absolutely. I would say yes. Just so that it's out there. If for no other reason, to let them know that you're an honest person. I mean, no, yeah, put on some protection. Fuck, because there's nothing bad. I mean, if the person's going to be with you, they're going to be with you. If they're not, they're not. But tell them. Tell them. Smarten the fuck up. You already know this answer. Smarten the fuck up. Tell them. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily bring it up as a conversation starter on your first date. Hey, how's it going? Big, COVID handshake. It's the elbow thing now, right? Oh, by the way, I don't have COVID. You don't know. I have herpes. I mean, don't do that. Don't try to hide it behind something. But yeah, tell them. Smarten up. All right, question number. That's a fucking sick number. 400, almost 500 million in the world. It's not always active. That's the thing as well. I've known stories. A person had it, and they had no idea. According to doctors, they'd had it all their life. Their entire life did not have it. And not one of their partners, not one partner, ever claimed that they got it. Most people don't even want to fucking admit it themselves, to themselves. But yeah, it's one of those ones that it's dirty. It makes them dirty. No, it doesn't make them dirty. No more than fucking cold or any fucking virus. I mean, it's just one of those things, right? Anyway, let's go on to question number 10. Because that's kind of it pisses me off that you asked that question a little bit. I'm not going to lie. The fact that you thought, oh, no, I won't tell him. Just fucking tell him. Let your balls drop, for God's sake. From Kate. How's it going, Kate? How do I break up with my baby daddy? I'm assuming you mean like the father of your baby. Not that your daddy's actually a baby. That'd be weird. Because every time I tell him I'm tired, I'm tired. What? Every time I tell him I'm tired, it's over, he threatens to kill himself. Okay, this is a tough one. A lot of people do this. This thing happens a lot. And quite often it's like that last one. For some people, it's that. I've known people who... I've even known somebody to fucking swallow pills. This is where it's going to get cold. You're not responsible for another human being. You're responsible for yourself. You don't want that. I mean, it's a bit different because it's the father of your baby. And you don't want necessarily to kill, but you know what kind of fucking message is that father sent? It clearly doesn't care about the kid. They're threatening to kill themselves. So you know, why should you really be caring too much about him? I mean, it's an attack on you. Please stay. I mean, it's sad. If you want to try to work it out, try to work it out. But he needs to get some fucking help. Because I mean, if it is serious, he needs help. If it's not serious, don't threaten that shit. That's fucked up. That's manipulation at the grandest scale. That's fucked up. So you know what? If that's really how you feel, go get sorted the fuck out, then we can talk. But right now, you just admitted to a mother, who's now a single mother, that their father is going to commit suicide. Is suicidal. You need to fucking get therapy now. Because you're not coming anywhere near the child while you're making threats like that. That makes him now a danger to the child. Not just to himself, but to the child. He's not caring about his kids anymore. He's willing to commit suicide just to stay in a relationship. The kids mean nothing. So at this point, so should he. It sounds cold, sounds shitty, but you just tell him, you want to see your kids. You want... Get help. I'd maybe even contact the police and go, my ex is threatening to commit suicide. I'm not sure if it's real. They'll go and see him. They'll go have words with him. But anyway, let's move on to question number 10. I know it sounded cold, but really, you shouldn't be... Quite often it could be a bluff or manipulation, and that's not okay. That's not okay. It's not okay to you. It's definitely not okay to a child. But if it's real, then he needs help. Call the police. Call the police. Question number 11. Oh. Fuck me. From Alyssa. Hello, Alyssa. I love my boyfriend and I do enjoy his parents. But it's becoming harder and harder to go to his place. He still lives at home. Especially when I would like to be alone or be naughty and stuff. He's begging for me to come over later. He legit just left my place after staying over last night. So they're just taking turns, okay. But I really don't want to. How do I even address that? Because sometimes I just don't want his parents around. That's how you say it. You say it like that. You go, you know what, I like your parents, but sometimes I just want to be adult. Do adult things. And it's difficult to do it around your parents. Say that. Say exactly that. There's nothing wrong with that. And if he should be a big boy enough to fucking understand that, like, yeah. Say you're not comfortable always. It's like, no, it's not, you're not saying never, but maybe, yeah. And if you want, do him a favor, tell him to come to watch this video. Now, take a moment. Now, I'm going to pretend as if I'm talking to him. Dude, grow the fuck up. Not trying to be mean, but seriously, do you not like having sex? Is that not an important thing to you? I mean, if it's not, that's fine, but whatever. But your girlfriend wants to do things with you. Adult things with you. And not necessarily adult things, but not necessarily always around your parents. Let them drop. Let them fucking drop. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Anyway, on to question number 12. By Alyssa. From Sarah. Question number 12 from Sarah. And we are almost at the end. And I managed to do this all within an hour. Oh, yes. Anyway, from Sarah. So the guy I'm dating dropped the bombshell on me, saying he's getting a female roommate. I've been hurt in the past, and the guy I'm with was there for me when I lost my uncle. Am I in the wrong for being jealous? He says it's until November. What should I do? Now, I really wish I knew a bit more information, like who's the female? Is this a female friend? Is this like his cousin? Is this a sister? If it's like a relative, stop being jealous. I mean, unless he's having sex with his sister. Really? Don't be jealous. Just go. Run the fuck away. But if it's just some chick, clearly has to be somebody's friend. I'm sure he's not like driving down the street and going, hey, you'll do, want to be my roommate? If he's done something like that, run, that's a little fucked up. That's a little fucked up. If he's trying to be nice, that's a nice thing. I'm just gonna toss this out there. I mean, how long have you been with this guy? If he's been together for like a few years, maybe consider moving in with. That way you don't need to be worried what this other chick is. You're living with him, she's just a roommate. It's a little weird. I say a little weird. But I mean, at the same time, do you trust him? You've been hurt in the past, but he was there for you. Why would he, if he was there for you when you lost your uncle? I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's serious about the relationship. It's just a little weird. It's weird. I'm not going to lie. To me, moving another girl in as a roommate when you've got a girlfriend, it's weird. I wish I had more information, like who this person is. Like, is it a friend? Is it high school sweetheart? I mean, if it's an ex, yes, you have reason to be jealous. And no, don't let him. Like, fucking saying, you know what? No, not moving your ex into your house as a roommate. Because I can guarantee, I'm sorry, I hate to break this, there's a high chance they will end up sleeping together. We're going to be fucking honest as fuck. There's a high chance they are going to have sex. If this is an ex. If this is not an ex, there's a 30% chance they might sleep together. There's not a guarantee. There's no real guarantees in life, except that you're going to die one day. That's the only guarantee you've got in life. But it's kind of like that risk. Now, you're jealous of this situation. Maybe mention that. And there's no problem with you being jealous. But it's also, can you trust him? Is the woman somebody you can trust? Can you trust her? Can you trust him? If you can't say yes to at least one of those, then no, you need to tell him and say you're not okay with this. You're not comfortable with, and there's nothing wrong with that. It does not make you a crazy person. And if he's gonna go, well, fuck it, I'm gonna move in anyway. Fuck off, hit the road, Jack. Fuck off. Doesn't deserve your time. If he's gonna be like, well, you should be comfortable. I don't care how you feel. Well, fuck off. I don't care how you feel. Piss off. The right person wouldn't even be putting this shit. To be asking why you not his roommate. But anyway, that is the end of question number 12. And that's all of them. That is all the questions. Close that off. But yeah, that's all we've got time for today. Well, that's all the questions. To all the people who are going to be watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. Everybody's watching this on Twitch, also thanks for watching. If you haven't already click follow right down there. It's a button right there. It's really easy. It looks like a heart. Click on it. If you've already done it, don't click it. Leave it the fuck alone. If you are not subscribed to me on YouTube, right there, for all the people on YouTube, there's a thing that says subscribe. Click that. If it says subscribed, leave it the fuck alone. Make sure the bells are checked on both Twitch and that way you get to know when I'm going live or when I've posted a video. Do that. I'm trying to go through all the things that I'm supposed to do as a streamer. So yeah, just do all these things that you know you're supposed to do. You're awesome. Fucking love you. And then that way I get to grow as a streamer, as a content creator, and be able to bring stuff like this and make it better. It's exciting. It's exciting. I'm excited. But thank you for watching. Hope everybody has a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever you are. And I'll see you all later. Ciao.